Hello to all of you, my organic farming enthusiasts, and welcome to yet another video here on our tiny garden, where we are always dedicated to the science and the art of organic farming. Today, we have a super interesting video, and we shall be looking at the biological control of aphids. A quick overview of what aphids are. These are small, soft-bodied insects that are commonly found on a wide range of plants. They reproduce rapidly, with females capable of producing multiple generations throughout the growing season, often without mating. They have pear-shaped bodies with long antennae and two protruding tubes that are called conicles on the rear end. They also come in various colors, and the aphids also have wings, although we have wingless forms that are also very common. The life cycle of aphids begins with the deposition of eggs by adult females, typically on plant stems or on the leaves. After hatching, the nymphs emerge and go through several molts, gradually increasing in size. The nymphs actively feed on plant sap by using their piercing, sucking mouthparts, and as they mature, they develop into winged or wingless adult nymphs, depending on the environmental conditions. Adult aphids continue to feed and reproduce, with females giving birth to live young through a process called as parthenogenesis. This is basically a process where the females produce offspring without mating. Now, this rapid reproductive cycle allows for explosive population growth, contributing to the ability of aphids to colonize plants and adapt to changing conditions throughout the growing season. Aphids produce honeydew as a byproduct of their feeding behavior. When the aphids feed on plant sap using their piercing, sucking mouthparts, they ingest more sap than they can digest, resulting in excess sugars and water accumulating in their bodies. Unable to process these excess nutrients efficiently, aphids excrete the sugary liquid as droplets from their abdomens, and this substance is known as honeydew. Honeydew serves as a waste product for aphids but plays an important ecological role as well. It serves as a food source for ants, wasps, and other insects, forming a mutualistic relationship with aphids known as trophobiosis. Honeydew can also promote the growth of sooty mold fungi, which can negatively impact plant health by reducing photosynthesis and blocking sunlight. Some of the host plants that are affected by aphids are ornamental plants like roses and tulips. We also have vegetables like peas, lettuce, cabbage, kale, and many others. We also have grains and legumes like wheat and barley. Fruit trees are also affected by aphids. Examples are apple trees, pear trees, and also citrus trees. And then we also have weeds that serve as reservoirs for populations that can later migrate to cultivated plants. Some of the damage and economic impact that is caused by aphids includes direct damage that is caused by their feeding behavior. This causes stunted growth, yellowing or culling of leaves, wilting, and even death of plants in severe cases also occurs. And then we've also mentioned about the excretion of honeydew, which promotes the growth of sooty mold, further damaging the plant. Severe aphid infestations lead to reduced crop yields as they affect the quality and the quantity of harvested crops by reducing the photosynthetic capacity of plants, causing distortion of plant parts and transmitting plant viruses. Some of those viruses that are transmitted by aphids include potato virus Y and cucumber mosaic virus, among other viruses. And finally, as the aphid infestations attract pests like ants, which feed on the honeydew, the ants in turn protect the aphids from natural predators and contribute to the spread of aphids to other plants, therefore causing secondary damage. And because I am an advocate for organic farming, we can control aphids by using mechanical and physical control. We can also use botanical insecticides, and finally, we can use natural enemies. Mechanical and physical control involves using water sprays, where you spray at high pressure and then you'll be able to dislodge the aphids from the plants. And we can also prune heavily infested plant parts. Some of the botanical insecticides that can be used against aphids include neem-based products, pyrethrum-based products. We can use Bacillus thuringiensis, or otherwise known as BT, and we can also use spinosad. So in my previous videos, I've already discussed how neem-based products work, but I can just throw in a short clip over here to show you how some of the aphids reacted, or how a neem-based product acted upon some aphids that I had in my own garden. So these are some of the aphids that I had on my citrus trees, and this is how they were looking like before I sprayed a neem-based product. This is how they were looking like 2 days after spraying the neem-based product. My apologies, I did not get a chance to shoot the following day, but essentially they all died after spraying a neem-based product. Our focus on today's video is on spinosad, which is a natural insecticide derived from the fermentation of a soil bacterium that is called Saccharopolysporus spinosa. It is very effective against a wide range of insect pests, including aphids, and spinosad works by targeting the nervous system of the insects. Upon ingestion or contact with spinosad, aphids experience paralysis and subsequent death due to the disruption of their nervous system function. Spinosad is considered a low toxicity pesticide for humans, pets, and beneficial insects, therefore making it a very popular choice for organic farming and integrated pest management programs. The next category that can be used against aphids is the use of natural enemies. Now, under this category, we have two more subcategories, and we shall start with the first one, which is the use of entomopathogenic fungi. So some of the entomopathogenic fungi that have been used against aphids include Beauveria bassiana. We also have Metahizium anisopili, and we also have Lesanicilium species. Now, we've already discussed Lesanicilium lesanii in my previous video, and we have also discussed about Metahizium anisopili. Today, we'll be discussing about Beauveria bassiana and how it works against aphids. Beauveria bassiana is a naturally occurring fungus that serves as an effective biocontrol agent against aphids and other insect pests. This entomopathogenic fungus infects aphids through contact with its spores, which adhere to the aphid's body surface. Once attached, the spores germinate and penetrate the cuticle, subsequently colonizing the aphid's body with its fungal hyphae. Inside the aphid, Beauveria bassiana grows and proliferates, ultimately causing mortality. The fungus disrupts aphid feeding, reproduction, and overall fitness, leading to a decline in aphid populations over time. Beauveria bassiana is favored as it is very specific in targeting aphids while posing minimal risk to beneficial insects and the environment. The next category under natural enemies is the use of natural predators against aphids. Number one, top of the list is the ladybugs. Guys, ladybugs are ferocious predators of aphids. So when you see them, please leave them alone. The other predators of aphids are the lacewings, and we also have hoverflies. We also have another subcategory of natural enemies, and that is the parasitic wasps. And in this category, we have Ephilinus wasp, otherwise known as Ephilinus abdominalis, and we also have Aphidius. Aphidius colemani is a parasitic wasp species commonly used as a biological control agent against aphids. Female Aphidius colemani wasp seeks out aphid colonies to parasitize, targeting aphids as hosts for their reproductive cycle. Upon locating a suitable aphid host, the female wasp inserts her ovipositor into the aphid's body and deposits an egg. Once hatched, the parasitic wasp larva develops inside the aphid, feeding on its internal tissues and eventually causing its death. Aphidius colemani effectively reduces aphid populations by parasitizing aphids at various life stages, including nymphs and adults. There you have it. Now you have all the information that you need on aphids and how to control them biologically. And the most important information that you need is that all of these solutions are commercially available. In the next video, we shift gears a bit and we shall be looking at the biological control of powdery mildew. Thank you so much for watching this video, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. If you found it to be informative, please do share it with someone who might be interested in this kind of content, and please do subscribe to my YouTube channel. Until the next video, happy gardening.